about those things, but also come up with some solutions to uplift the people. So on that note, I'd like to present to some and to others, Mr. Dennis Jr.
All right, thank you very much. Thank you very much, Guy. I appreciate it. I hope you guys, I know it was a bit long, but I was gonna stop it in the middle, but I'll ask you guys later on, should I have went longer or cut it in half and make it in 2 weeks? But it was just a lot of information. I think it was flowing, and I hope you guys got a lot out of that. You know, I always say, you know, mental slavery is the worst form of slavery. It gives the illusion of freedom, makes you trust, love, and defend your oppressor, while making an enemy of those who are trying to free you or open your eyes. And we just saw a big example of that on the $1 Trillion Game. You can see that right there. And I hope, you know, it opened up some of your eyes as well. As my brother Marcus Garvey says, be black, buy black, think black, and everything else will take care of itself. It's group economics, and we see we have to do that. This is another example of what's going on. No matter what the pandemic is, we still are in a battle every day. And this $1 Trillion Game, I hope, enlightened you all about what's really going on. When brothers receive the call to consciousness, they gather around to organize. And we have to organize. It's not just the brothers, it's the sisters, it's us as a community. We need to unite. Like Queen Latifah said, UNITY, unity, and that's what we need to do together. If we as a people realize the greatness from which we came, we would be less likely to disrespect ourselves. And we saw that with the hair care product out there, man. It's just amazing. I just want to bring the truth to you all, let you see it, have the information, so now you can make an educated and wise decision, not a miseducated decision, which we have been getting for so long. The job of the conscious is to make the unconscious conscious. Kwame Ture. Yes, we see that all day long. This is one of these things that people are unconscious about, and hopefully we gave you some consciousness with this. My crown, my blood, my people, my land, self-explanatory. Our family buys black. The question is, does yours? That's the big question. And as you see, we need to support one another consistently and persistently. And we heard some things. I can't wait to hear what you all have to say. We built great civilizations. Now let's build our community by black. Perfect example of this, what they showed today. You've seen it. I can't wait to hear from you guys so you can give me your interpretation and what you have all in your mindset, what it made you feel like, and what can we do to improve our situation. As a CEO of a black business, as a black CEO, I am unapologetic, that's why I'm here, about the unique distinction that I represent in the marketplace. Hey, everything is here, I'm putting it to you. A lot of people say I shouldn't do it, but I don't care, I have to do it. It's only 17 of us, it came and fluctuating, but we need to have hundreds, millions, thousands, so many to be able to see this, because this is information they are keeping away from us. But as you saw with the book, what are they doing? They're taking all of our information and using it against us. And we need to also get this to our children. I like to put this picture up here because these are the people who are graduating from the colleges. These are our youth, our high schools, and these are the ones that need to see this $1 trillion game and see how we're being played. We're told to go get a job and not have our own business. We need to own the business. You've seen Hennessy, Procter, all the stuff out here, and we're going to talk about in a little bit. As you know, I love black people, and I know you love black people. That's why you are here. This was it, folks. It is the $1 trillion game, what they don't want black people to know about. And you saw it firsthand right here, folks. It was amazing. I hope you really liked what you saw, and we could do this again for another time, and you can go ahead. I'm going to show you, I'm going to put this out here, let you see exactly where you can get it. Some of the people here are in the Buy Black movement. You can go out here and get this DVD at www.dmjtag.biz. If you want to screenshot it, you can. And if you have someone who invited you here that is from the Buy Black movement, you can use their site. I would appreciate if you did theirs, not mine. But if you are here and you haven't seen this before, or if I invited you, just go right there at www.dmjtag.biz, where you spend your money does make a difference. Spend with purpose in the Buy Black movement or any other black-owned business. We have oars that we have out. We're going to be doing that as well. or is this our Alkebulan Resources Store? We have someone there that will be talking about that. If you have anything that you know that's a Black business, support them consistently and persistently, as we do everybody else, as we saw in this video. Okay, so that's about it. So now I am about to open it up. So anyone wanna start out and give me what they liked or what they thought about the whole thing? Anyone out there?
It's me, Janie. Can you hear me?
Yes, I hear you loud and clear, Janie.
Yes. When will you be doing this one again? Because it gave me so much information. It's like, wow. I support all the people. And I even, the Kazuri curling irons, the Kazuri curling irons, I had the whole set when I was doing hair. I mean, a Black man came and sold it to me, and I made sure I stayed up on all the products because he sold them to me. So this was great information. Thank you for sharing. You always bring the best. I just want to say it opened my eyes to a lot. I want to start making toilet paper.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, thank you, Janie. She is out of California. Janie, thank you very much. And what we're seeing out there, I see Lady CC, if you were invited by her, get back with her and she can give you her website to go on and get that. And Janie, you can get that from my site right there as well, which I had up, or you can contact me. That is available right there. And, you know, people always say, you showing for free. You know, I will show it for free. I do show it for free because we need to be educated. If I didn't show it, none of you would know, not none of you, but a lot of you wouldn't know about what's going on. But you can purchase that DVD from my site or any other Buy Black Movement person here. They have this site. Mine is, I gave it to you. If you know me personally, hit me up, text me, and I'll get that information to you. But I want to know, Janie, just like you said, what did you guys get out of that? Someone else out there, what did you get out of it? Unmute yourself.
Dennis, this is Miss Lady Cece. Thank you so much for doing this. I'm looking to do this in my city as well, here in Omaha, Nebraska. When I first looked at it, I mean, it just hurt my heart. It it just broke me down mentally, emotionally, financially, spiritually. I mean, it just hurt me from and just real deep. And so now I am very careful about I make sure that I support my Black people, and I'm very careful about who I buy, where I buy from, and what I buy, and I make sure that that it is black that I go Black first, and make sure that it's a Black. Even though you have a lot of Black businesses, a lot of times they're promoting white products, and I make sure that I support Black people, and I support the businesses that support and promote Black products first before I go to Walmart, before I go to Baker's, and before I go to any of those other stores. I do Black first, and so and I believe it's important. We need to rebuild our Black Wall Street, whether it's in our community and online. We really need to do that because we ourselves are funding our oppressors to oppress us. What would happen if we have a million millionaires of Blacks instead of a million millionaires of whites? And unfortunately, unfortunately, I speak to a lot of Black people, and they just can't see it. They say, um, in order for me to, I'm not going to support Black because we need to stop using the Black. We need to stop supporting this political system. We need to stop using the money, currency, because it's not this and it's not that. I mean, every excuse not to buy Black. Well, you have to start somewhere. We cannot, if we're gonna change the currency, we have to support our people enough so that we can sustain us. If we're gonna if we're going to people say, well, the democratic system is bad, so why so I'm not going to support because of this democratic system, or whatever they call this system. Is bad. It is bad, but it's what we have right now. And if we can become a community within a nation, we can change the law and make it whatever we want because we're a community within our nation. But until then, we need to do what we can so that we can be more powerful, so that we can stop generationally. So thank you so much for doing this. I appreciate it.
All right. Thank you, CC. Thank you, CC. I don't know if that 347 number, I don't know if you can speak. You're on the phone. I see you. Can you speak? 347.
Oh, yeah, that must be me.
Who is that?
Yeah, my name is Pozar.
Okay, and where you calling in from?
I live in Delaware.
Okay, how you doing? My
I'm
brother
good.
just
I'm
met you today. How did you like what you saw, the part that you did see so far?
I didn't see it. I only heard it.
Okay.
I called the number. Yeah, I mean, the information is, the information, I mean, you can't, I've never heard it in that form assembled before. So, I mean, that part of it was, not new for me, and yeah, it's very convincing of what can happen. So I'm kind of wondering about the so what's the plan?
All right, we will get to that, and I'll talk. The plan is pretty much. I mean, we got a lot of things going on, but it's basically what right here is showing us that hey, we have to buy black. If you know a black-owned business, support it. We spend our money, if you can see it, billions of dollars with them, trillions of dollars, and we don't support our own. As the lady in there said, if we say start our own business, we'd be like, oh, that's a pyramid. But you see one person up at the top of their CEO who is running that company. So we have to learn how to be re-educated on purchasing from black people, having entrepreneurship, going out and putting our dollars together so now we can have more money, just like the bank. The bank does it. They take our money and give us 0.6%, and then they charge your neighbor 24%. Where's that money going? They're getting all, and they give you 60 cents if you keep your $100 in there for the whole year, while they're using your money to take advantage of us who are in a dire need of some extra cash. So there's a lot of things that we're going to do, and I'm going to be talking to you about that as well. So thank you very much for dialing in, brother. I appreciate it. We'll be talking more. But they also talked about how we spend more time on social media, how we use the cell phone more than anyone else. We watch more television than anyone else. How do you feel about that? Now, at that point when he did that, it was 1.1 trillion. Now it's up to about $2 trillion a year that we spend on other people's products. What do you guys think about that? Anybody want to elaborate or tell us what you like or found best about what you saw or heard? You can unmute yourself. I got you all on mute, so unmute yourself if you want to talk, or put your hand up and raise it.
Hey, Dennis.
Hi.
Okay, LaShawn, you can go first, and then Nadra go next.
Hi, Dennis. This is LaShawn out of Chicago. And what I wanted to say was that what I got out of it is that we're still continuing to be studied and monitored and using that against us. Also, what the young gentleman said in the recording, what I got from that was also the Korean was ordering the products from the company, and then they decided, but they probably planned all along to take it apart, figure out how it works, and then turn around and recreate it for cheaper, and then say that the product doesn't work, it's defective, and stop ordering it because now they're producing it. And so what the gentleman said in the recording was to turn around and do the same thing and take it back. And that's one of the things out of many of the things that I got out of the recording. And as always, I want to thank you for bringing this to our attention. Back to you, Dennis.
All right, thank you very much. She's very much correct. We can produce something, but the Koreans have marketed, they've got into 80% of the market. So now they're doing the merchandising, they're manufacturing, they're the supplier, they're doing all of these things. And now they come in because we've let them in. As we go back to Africa, we're nice people, we got good hearts. But I'm telling you, in business, I don't care what it is, they come in, they like it, next thing you know, they're running our whole business. They say 100% of the hair care industry is supported by Black people, but none of them support anything that we do. They don't do it. And I think I elaborated one time. I had a Korean friend, and he said, hey, go into the bank and open up a bank account at our Korean bank. I went in there, and they didn't give me an account. It's no, we have the right to refuse anybody. They only look for their own. What is wrong with us looking out for ourselves? If I say that, I'm a racist. Oh no, all lives matter. No, Black lives matter. Black people matter. And we need to go ahead and look out for one another first. I'm not, you know, like I said, I love everybody, not a problem. But I love my people first. I want my daughters, my children, my family to go ahead. And you are my family. Black people are my extended family. And until we change our mindset, we continue to be hoodwinked, let them up. And this just brought it right into your face. You know, you don't have to listen to me. It's happening every day. They have a book out there on how to come into the Black community and get our dollar. So I'm sorry, Nadra, you go next. Nadra, you next. Go ahead, Nadra. Unmute yourself.
I did. All right. Thank you so much again. These are the most enjoyable Sundays that I have ever had. And it's like going to church, except that you're getting what Black folks are telling you instead of the lies that white folks are telling you from the Black folks that they stole the information from. So this is extraordinary. I have one guest on now. There was another gentleman on earlier who has written a book, who I had the pleasure of editing one of his books, and he's getting ready to market his book. And my thing is that the way that he speaks and presents should be available to Black people. So fortunately, he was able to get on this call for a minute. But even if we extend it to the Buy Black movement, now he's got a marketing distribution system for Black people globally for his book. And then you talked about social media, where most Black people go to play, to talk about their lifestyle, to show what they're doing, whereas you present programs that allow people to learn how to use social media to make money, to grow their own businesses through social media. So until we're able to listen to each other, to bring more people to the table, to this platform, for example, and then are able to lead them, show them, teach them, train them, whatever needs to happen to get Black people to change their minds, change our minds. You know, we're going to continue to do things that are deleterious for us, that are going to hurt us. We need to have mindful consumption of food, and all the food is what I'm talking about. It's whatever comes into your mind, into your body, into your spirit. So platforms like this, thank you again, thank you again. Please continue. And I will continue to share it with everybody I can as well.
Thank you very much, Nadja. I really appreciate
Oh, wait.
Yes, go ahead.
One more thing. Sisters, please, I don't care what kind of hair you have. You do not have to contribute to these Koreans who are not even caring about the quality that you're given in terms of the hair care products. They don't even have to follow what used to be standards, probably because it's us. But what you're putting on your hair, on your head, is likely not what you think it is, and could be extremely harmful for you. There are those of us who know people who are doing other things. So be in touch with Dennis, and he'll hook you up. We'll hook you up. But stop doing all that other stuff to your hair. They're your antennae. They're extending out into the universe. And you want some of all of that connection out there in the universe, in the multiverses, coming into you through your hair. They teach you not to love your hair, but they do everything they can to get it. All right, kind of through.
All right, thank you very much. He dropped some good knowledge on you. Really appreciate that. You know, like I was stating earlier, they have this book. Thank you, Nadra. And you know, she is on point with that. And you see, they don't really care about. They will take your money, but they won't spend a dime with you, and they don't care. She's basically saying they don't have any regulations on what type of hair, how it's done, or anything like that. So LaShawn, I see your hand is raised. Give me a second. I'll get right with you. I just want to ask you about that book on how to market to people not like you. That was amazing. White woman telling you how to go into the Black community, and they had ads out there and marketing guides on how to get involved with the Black community organizations, such as the local NAACP. I want to know, how did you feel about that? How did you feel about them they got books telling you to go to the African-American churches and extract the money out of there? How many times have you seen that? We don't think about it, but that's exactly what they're doing. And he shows straight there, a vampire basically sucking the blood out of our people. That was amazing. They go to the African-American newspaper, go to the churches. 90% they got it out there. 90% of Black people are religious and they're very spiritual. You go there, you can extract the money out. I mean, and we go there, we don't think, oh, we love it and everybody's loving it. And as soon as you invite them in, they come in and they do what they do to us. That's just in the churches. And it was seen to be, and they go out there and it says, they say they're doing it in a good gesture when they're extracting your money. They'll give you some scholarship funds. They have a different culture. They don't think anything like we think, but they're in there to extract all of your money. We're the biggest consumers, but we don't own a thing. So, all right, I'm going to stop right there. Just let you know that. I'm going to go to LaShawn first and then to Kai Lawan out in New York. LaShawn, you have the floor.
Yes, I was going to say the same thing about the different ways that they infiltrate our community in our race. And with the females, they start with the highest, so they start with the grandmother because they know that she's going to be the one that they're going to follow, and she's going to be the wise one and pass it down, not knowing what she's doing. The other thing is anything that I buy going forward, I want to know who owns the product, who owns the business. And nowadays there's no excuse not to get on Google or research it and find out who the owner is. All of that information is available. So we can't, keep saying that we don't know who owns it, because now we have it at our fingertips. As close to us as our cell phones. And the other thing is, I was just surprised that some of the products that I use that were on that list, and to see who it was going to and to see how they're living. And it's not like we can't do the same thing. So back to you, Dennis.
That is so correct. I mean, it's amazing. We go into the stores, they have Black faces on the product, and then you know what? It's going to them. Nothing's coming to our community. It's going all to them. L'Oreal, we see that all Skin Soil, Space, I don't know, all that stuff out there. I don't use it, but you guys know more about that than I do. But it's so many products out there that I see that our people are using. And I thought, Sasheen was by Black people. I saw Carol's Daughter. They did all of that. But they take and they build their institution off our labor. They say participate in grassroots events such as the Black History Month, the Jazz Professional, staff events with Black people. They do that and provide us with, and always do some giveaways. And so guess what? We always want something for free. They do some giveaways, and guess what we do? We market their product. We go out and be the word of mouth, like he used with the Matrix and the water show or water movie. We go out and tell because they gave us something for free, and then they just extract all the money out of our communities. And you go into meetings with them, and they come into our meetings and they give us the message to the right people. Always, they're saying it's always works. So they're marketing to us all the time, giving us scholarships and doing the goodwill. They give us $2 million. They give us a $20,000 scholarship, and then they make $20 million from our word of mouth. So, okay, with that said, Kai, I see your hand up, and then we're going to go to Nadra. Go ahead, Kai.
Yeah. So, Dennis, I really want to commend you for continuing to be dedicated to provide these forums, because at this point in time, we really can't afford as a people to continue to be asleep. These things that we don't know is really costing us on so many different levels. We're actually supporting things that we're against. So like those brothers, I'm not going to even honor them by saying their names, but the ones that was mentioned in the video, who supported the person who was going to court for the Trayvon Martin killing. And, unknowingly, some of us may still be buying some of those products because there's so many, and, just not having that knowledge. and even with these products. So I do hair care. I don't really straighten hair. I'm more into natural things. But you know, a lot of products that we thought were Black owned products. You know, who knew? You know, some of those things I would never think were now white owned. Carol's daughter. You know, for years, you know, because Carol's daughter, the owner, the person who founded it, was the face of that business. A lot of people probably still don't realize that it's not Black owned anymore. So it's really important for us to understand whose families we're feeding and understanding the bigger picture of how we're hurting our communities by supporting these other people. So I think that that's really important. But also, as we're raising the next generations, we need to, as the elders now, because I think most of the people on this call now are at least 40 and up. Some may be a little younger, but most of us, I think, are 40 and up. As the elders in the community, we need to start really being vocal with our young people to let them know about the products that are out there, about the things that they are supporting that don't have good intentions in our community, and to give them some guidance on the things that they should be purchasing, because a lot of them just don't know. So it's up to us to continue to give guidance. Back to you.
That is so true. It's each one teach one. It takes a village to raise a child. You are so correct. It's just amazing, all the information that was here. Nadra, you're going to go next. And then I think it's a 440 number out there. We'll check in with them. I think they may want to speak as well. But I like, you know, when they were talking about us, you know, we think that we don't have a lot of money, but they know that we have a lot of money. We ain't got no money for this. How many times have you heard us say it? I've heard it many a times. I ain't got no money. But we go out and spend money with other races consistently and persistently. And, you know, they go to Africa and they tell us that we're swinging in trees. But in Africa, they have so many things, homes, great homes. These people are over there and living a great lifestyle, but they don't show us this, just like they don't show us, show them about us over here. They show us the gangbangers, we're going to jail. And so the Africans and the African Americans, we have a divide. They say divide and conquer when we should be communicating with each other, using each other's product. It's so amazing how when I go over there, I see all these great places, and we need to focus on each other. Like they said, they focus on the women in our race. And I think LaShawn said that the grandmothers, you know, and talk to the grandmothers, and we go out and we pass it on to our children, our children's children, and the fear and everything else, just like the pandemic. They have us in fear, and as long as I say false evidence is appearing real, there's some truth out there, but we have to know our truth. That's their truth. They're different than we are, but we have to go out and do what we have to do for our people. So go ahead, Nadra. You go ahead, and I'll leave it up to you. You're up next, Nadra.
I'm here. So you were speaking about the book that tells people how to market to us to get our money. I would suggest that everyone go out and get that book. Maybe you could hold it up so that they could, well, I don't know if you have it, but that they can get that book. Okay, that's number one. Number two, there are books like the Bible that are out there that are founded from some other material that was African centered. And it's just critically important that we begin to challenge all the information that comes to us, from where it comes, from whom it comes, and understand that there's a plot, it's evident, it's long-standing, and you can't refute it. The information is all there. It's all there. So as much as we may not want to look at the information, it's all there, and our lives all depend on it. There's a sister who's doing, I'm not sure if she's on the call, but she's begun a program, something like this, where we can learn some of that ancient information. Like you're giving us the current information, she's presenting some ancient information that can give us a different kind of guideline as to how to conduct ourselves. And the kinds of teachings that came out of Africa, our people, for us, about us, that allowed the world to be in peace for such a long, long, long time, that we, unless we start turning it all around, like you're doing with this platform, we're all destined for getting out of here. So thank you again.
All right, you're totally correct. We do have to wake up. We have to draw a line in the sand and go ahead and move forward. And we were talking about that. You were talking about J.C. Penney, how they market to our people. They go after the Black women. And they talked about, I know he was talking about scandal. I see that Shuna, your hand is raised. So we're going to go to the lady who had the 440 number first. Go ahead, and then the Shuna, then it'll be LaShawn. 44091. Go ahead. Can you hear us? 440. I don't know if you can speak. Okay. Can you hear us? Okay. We're going to go over to Shuna. If you can come back in, just let us know. Shuna McDuffie, go ahead. You have the floor. Shuna. Can anybody speak?
I can speak.
Okay, go ahead, LaShawn.
Just to piggyback off what Nadra said, and going back to what I said about the gentleman, we discussed this and then discussed how we're going to go about, going forward with this. And I would say the playbook has already been given to us. They used it on us. We turn around and take it back. I wanted to share the screen because of the book that Nadra was talking about. It's on Amazon. Is that okay?
Okay, let me do that for you. Let me see screen share. Can you do it now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Can you see my screen?
Coming up, it's coming up.
Oh, wait.
This is Messenger.
Nope, that's not it. This is it right here.
Yeah, I see behind that. There it is.
Yeah.
There it is, right there.
Wait.
Okay, came up.
All right, there we go. Let's see
Okay,
if I
it
can
is.
pull this up. So this is what I just pulled up, and this is the exact same book, isn't it? Because of
That's it.
Kelly McDonald. This thing is less than $20. That's less than gas, a meal, things that we spend money on. But if it's their playbook, we can just turn around and use it.
That's right. How to market to people not like you. I mean, it's out there for you to take a look at.
I mean, we all own our own business. This is how we can grow our own business with our own people. It's too small, but I just wanted to share that with you and let you know that it's out there on Amazon. Now, if we can get this book through our own and not through Amazon, because Amazon is not owned by a Black person.
Absolutely correct.
So back to you, Dennis.
All right, give me back the screen. Thank you. All
You're
right, so you have it right there. And as I said, we have to go out and do this for ourselves and go ahead and patronize Black businesses. Go ahead and do that. All right, Nadra, your hand is raised.
Yeah, I could go on and on, but
That's
maybe Oars will be our supply store where we can get some of all these resources that come up on these wonderful platforms that people are moving into. And Shuna's ready to speak now, so I'm gonna give it to her.
Go ahead, Shuna. Shuna. Waiting to hear from you, Shuna. Okay, she's connecting to another one. Let's see if she can come in. But while she's coming in, yes.
Okay, all right. Okay. Wait.
Turn one of them off.
Okay. Let me turn the other one off.
Okay. Well, go to a different room.
Okay, is that better?
It's better.
Okay, sorry about that, you guys. I'm like, I can't get on. Okay, so what Nadra was talking about was the Nectar Nectar. We're starting that on Sunday, and it's talking about our real history and our real culture and how to live life without living by the lies that was taught to us by the European about who we are and religion and all of that. So, and also Mayada's part of that. Now, as far as the book goes, from my perspective, I think we can use that same book, but switch the information around to attract our own people to our own businesses. You know, just like they used it for them, we can use it for us. Okay, but we have to be willing also to let go of those products and buy from each other. I was trying to show myself. There I am. Hey.
And Copa.
Sankofa. This is one of the shirts that's going to be on Oars. If I can show some stuff, can I do that?
Yeah, do it. No problem.
So this is one of the shirts that's going to be on Oars. I'm working on getting the products up there. And I don't know if this is up there. This is one of the bracelets. This is from Africa. All of our African products come straight from Africa and are made in Africa. So if it's like a clothing item, you have to measure yourself and get the size, get your measurements to us, and then we have your item custom made. That's one of the pieces back there behind me. Can you guys see that? And then that's one of the necklaces, and this is a necklace / belt. I just wanted to give you guys an idea of what we have coming on Oars. This is moringa powder. Yay, we finally got our own moringa powder. And then energy oil. Most of this is already up there. Focus oil and happiness. Most of this already up there. But it's just the beginning, getting things going on Oars. So what we were doing, it was a lot of misunderstanding about what we were doing as far as other people putting their products up there for free during the pandemic time. We were doing that in June and July. But because of the misunderstanding, yeah, we're going to extend that out through August. So you just need to get with me or get with Dennis and give a description of what you have and who you are, and then we can go from there as far as getting your product. Oh, I forgot to show the earrings. As far as getting your products up there. So that's just a few items of what we have up there already. And it's a start to supporting each other, but we want to move it further than just having clothes and the oils and products like that. We want to have our whole supply chain where we are making toilet paper, Janie. You could be our toilet paper supply. So, but we're serious. In all seriousness, we really do have to get it to that point of where we even making our own personal hygiene products. And there are some personal hygiene products that we already in the making for. So ladies, look out for that. So I don't want to take up too much time, but I just want to let you guys know there are things that are coming in place, and we're progressing as fast as we can. And whatever service you have, whatever product you have, get it to me, get it to Dennis. And if anybody want to come on and help us with the project, come on, bring your gift, bring your talent. That's what this is all about. Don't let it be just a waste of time and just a social gathering. Let's really do this for reals. Bring us your product, bring us your service. And don't worry about that. Oh, it's not 100% because it's going to take time to get it 100%. But if we all work on it together, the faster it'll go. So thank you for that. That's it.
All right. Hey, gotta buy black. Got buy black. Thank you. Janie, did you want to say anything, Janie?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
I wanted to ask, the book that Nadra showed, is that a Black-owned book?
You mean the LaShawn show?
Yeah, LaShawn show. Is that
No,
a Black-owned
not a Black-owned book. It was just it was showing that how they go into how to market to people not like you. So it was for
Right.
white people to extract Black dollars.
Right. So I'm thinking maybe if somebody that has the book can make copies and we could buy it from them instead of putting more money in that person's pocket and they're not Black-owned.
Okay, I follow you. That sounds good to me.
Because I'd rather give it to somebody that already has the book and make copies versus we
Give
are
it to
going
them.
on Amazon and buying it.
I hear you.
I'm with you, Janie.
All right.
Hey, this is Shuna. I'm sorry to cut in. Just like I said, it would be great for somebody to switch that book around and do it from a Black perspective with us buying from, learning how to attract each other to each other's business. So that's a project somebody on this line probably can take over, you know, change the whole book, the whole concept, not the concept, but the book around to, instead of making it where white people or other races can take advantage of Black people, but where we can service each other and attract each other to each other's businesses.
Right, just like Think and Grow Rich by Robert Kiyosaki, it has Think and Grow Rich the Black Way by Dennis Kimball. You know, so we can do these things. So thank you very much. I saw Denise G out there. Did you have anything to say, Denise? I saw you clap.
Yes, good evening, everyone. Dennis, thank you. I enjoyed the portion of the video that I did see. Was phenomenal. I learned quite a bit that I didn't know. My feelings were hurt because I have given money away, and my feelings were hurt. But right now I'm asking a question, if I may.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm trying to understand the concept here. Is this affiliate marketing for the Black Business Network, or what exactly? Because I keep hearing you say, get back with the person that invited you. What am I getting back with her about? I mean, I saw the website, and I understand going to the site and shopping from the products that are there because those are Black-owned businesses. But I'm still a little confused, I guess, as to the minute details, maybe.
Okay. We could talk about that offline. I was just basically giving this a format. It's a Black-owned business, Black platform where everyone, just like Shuna and myself, are doing ORs. Basically, spend your money with a Black business. But if you want to get in more detail, I don't want to get into it on here, but we can talk offline, and I'll get that information to you. But right now, if you want to buy something from that, whoever invited you on there, who invited you, by the way, Denise?
A sister by the name of Mimi. You know what? That's all I know. I don't even know
Mimi?
her full
BC
name.
or Mimi?
Mimi.
Mimi. Okay.
And we're in Nashville, Tennessee.
Oh, okay. I know exactly who you're talking about.
Okay, good.
So she's all right. That'll work. Because we do travel, we do a lot of things. So I didn't know which way you're coming from with that. But yeah,
Right.
That's right. You are totally correct. But you can get my number, or I'll give it to you. You know, if you need it, or I'll call Mimi and we can.
Can you put it in the chat to me directly?
Yes, I can. Let me do that.
Okay. Okay.
And, let's see. All right, here we go. And you can get back with me, and I'll go ahead and explain everything to you. But yes, we are definitely for our people, as you see, and we're also into making money. So for our people, as we see everyone else, the Jews, you know, they don't spend their money with us. We patronize them all the time, Denise, and we have to learn how to do. As long as we get the money, they don't mind coming into our neighborhood and extracting.
Absolutely.
So I don't mind going and extracting. If they got a business, I don't mind using their money and extracting it from them. But we have to learn that even throughout history, they come in, even in Africa. They said they came into Africa, we had the land, and they had the Bible. By the time they left, we had the Bible, they had the land. I mean, that's just one scenario, but it doesn't have to be that way. In any business you look at, like Carol's Daughter, like BET, like Essence, anytime they say they like something about it, they want, we're backing you, Black people. The next thing you know, we don't own anything, and they have it all. Am I correct?
That's correct. And so for me, along the lines of what you're speaking of, Mr. Dennis, we need to understand tradition and how to pass things down to the next generation without losing ownership and without losing it altogether. Because, you know, the next generation, 9 times out of 10, hasn't been taught how to pick themselves up from their bootstraps, how to maintain it, because they've been the beneficiary of it, as opposed to the orchestrator of it or the administrator of it. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yes, ma'am, totally. And leaving a legacy, which, like he said in the show, we have a job, we can't leave nothing to nobody. But if we have our own business, we can leave that legacy. And there are businesses out there which you can leave a legacy. We just don't know nothing about it. I know something about it. That's why I can talk to you about that as well. And I see LaShawn's hand is raised. But before I get to LaShawn, we talked about how Procter and Gamble, you know, has all that money. They made Barbie dolls, Sears, JCPenney, Estee Lauder, Clinique, MAC, We've heard of all these things all over in Africa. Ford Motor Credit Corporation sponsoring the Essence Festival, BET Awards, the Hoodie Awards, all these things that we know about. They're taking trillions of dollars, and we're left with nothing but, I was at the BET Award, you know.
Right. Or
You know?
the Essence Festival.
Yeah, Essence
Brother
Festival.
Dennis, I appreciate you giving me your number, and I look forward to speaking with you. I'll mute myself now. Thank you.
Okay, you're welcome anytime, Denise. Thank you very much. And they also talk about Home Depot, how they had Girls Night Out. Verizon gave out $28 million, but they making $100 million monthly. Over that monthly, when they give us a little, that's like giving us a quarter, and they just making away with all kinds of money, and we don't understand the game. Wells Fargo giving us $34 million, and like I said, they're taking 24% and giving loans to us, and we just giving it back hand over fist. We're here, Nike with Michael Jordan and LeBron James, Tiger Woods, and these guys are living like fat cats. You know, they got castles. You know what I mean? But we're living, they give Michael Jordan $50 million, no problem. I'm making $1 billion. I don't care. The CEO is $25 billion. I'll give you $50 million. It's nothing. It's nothing to them. But they see how much we have made the Nike the #1 sneaker in the world. And you know, a few have made it, like I said, but they're raping millions. And the Jews would never do that. They said it right there. I'm not saying anything that wasn't said on the tape. The Jews would never do that. The Koreans wouldn't do it. Nobody does it but us, and we think it's all right. So with that said, I think it's LaShawn. You're up. Go ahead, LaShawn.
That was what I was gonna say.
Okay.
Was about the celebrities, that even though they might look like us, that they look like us doesn't mean that they're for us or with us or to help us. So we need to be on guard at all times, no matter who it is. And that was the other thing I was going to say was, I found that interesting that the other, when the gentleman was talking about the other nationalities, you know, we would look stupid, or anybody would look stupid going to them, because they would look at you like, what do you want? Why are you here? You're not about us. You don't know anything about us. You're not even for us. And they can see it coming. And the fact that out of all the nationalities, we're the ones that, you know, not only let them in, but we keep doing it over and over again. So back to you.
That is correct. That's why we need to know our history. Like Denise said, these children now, they what do they call it? I don't know what word I said it the other day. Entitlement. They think they have entitlement. They don't have to work for nothing. We went out and worked. We got to think of our ancestors, how they went out, and they were out in slave in the fields, worked sun up to sundown for no money. And they couldn't even, if they were reading, they would get killed. We can do this now. We have choices, and we choose not to do it. We want to be cool. I'm cool. No, I don't want an education. I don't want to know about us. But not just the education we're having, the miseducation that we're getting. We have to learn how to educate ourselves properly. And they talked about, I love this one, when they said Cavassier. Oh my God, Pastor Cavassier. Everybody was in the club. Pastor Cavassier, dancing and dancing. Like I said, they had 1.3 million barrel cases they were selling. Then when that song came out, it went up to 4 million cases in all African, 80% of African-American clubs. That's how they did it. We got money. We have so much money, but we won't spend it with each other. I mean, I'm gonna tell you, I'm a Black business owner, and I'll give well, what's that about? You know, I get it all, but it's not going to stop me, because if I have to do it, no matter what I go through, no matter what obstacle, my ancestors were here before that. We did it before, and we can do it again. And we just have to get back on top of things so we can show the rest of the world how to do it correctly. Because if you look at it right now, it's all messed up, but we have to go ahead and stay true to who we are. We have to unite. Our success is not an option. We have to make it in business. So with that said, I'm gonna go to somebody who has to speak. Stephen, can you unmute yourself? Are you available? I know you're on the road a lot, but I'm gonna pick on my Marine brother if he's out there. Stephen, can you hear me? I guess he can't hear me. Give him a second. Okay. All right, we're gonna go over to Mark Stubblefield. Mark.
Yeah, Dennis, I'm here. All
right, Stephen. What do you think about what you saw today and heard?
I pretty much thinking on the tail end, but yeah, I was upset. I'm not even gonna lie about it. You know, the way we get done, but we allow it to happen to us. And like you said before, instead of us recycling our own community or whatever, we go and, you know, give it away.
That is so
And
true.
we, you know, and we always look at us with skepticism, but we'll take a hook, line, and sinker from somebody else.
That's right. That's right. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. I know we heard some of it. I don't know if you guys got it, but you know, we won't do for ourselves, but we will do for them is basically what we're saying. We have to do for ourselves.
Right. So, we'll spend more money to help somebody else out than to spend money to help each other out.
That is correct. We'll spend more money to help somebody else out than we'll spend money to help each other out. That is so true. Thank you very much, Stephen. I appreciate it. I'm gonna go over to Mark Stubblefield. Are you there? I don't know if
I am here, Dennis.
All right. I know you came on late, but what did you, from so far, what did you get out of this?
What I've been able to glean from the discussions are that, and these are some of the discussions that we're having right now, presently in Chicago. It's just an issue of, after the riots and things like that happened, we forgot that a lot of those businesses that were affected by the riots were the big box brands. But we forgot about the small businesses which were in communities of Chatham and on the west side of Chicago and the far south side of Chicago, Inglewood, Roseland. And what ends up happening when those companies have something like that happen, we don't have anybody to come back and replace those businesses. But you got to remember, Chicago had the branch office for the second or third largest branch bank in the nation. And now it's no longer black owned. And I heard you all talking about that, black owned. Then only one other business in the city of Chicago that's truly black owned is Luster Products. I go to church with the brother. He's the president of his company, and he just took on the legacy of his father, and he's continuing that legacy. So when you all talked about generational wealth, we have to be able to do that. I want to be able to walk out of my house and go to a store that says black owned. And if I'm going to that store, I'm trusting that if something like that was to happen again, where we rioted and looted, that we wouldn't just leave the community because that happened. We would come back, reset, and then rebuild. And I think that's important now because we tend to just keep trusting the very people who say they're there for us, but they're never there for us. And I'm looking at when you all were talking about the Korean and the hair shops. I look at the fact that here they are in the neighborhood, and they're always telling us as a people to pull up our bootstraps. Yeah, we're pulling up our bootstraps. We're doing our part. But we're also doing our part to make you multi-billionaires because of the fact that we're buying this long hair and these products that are inadequate for even use. But yet we still keep going back to these places. But then when the crises broke out, they weren't the people to come back in and put back into the community. They stayed in their communities. And the minute that they lifted the ban here in the state of Illinois, those businesses were the first ones to open. And we were lined up outside in 80 and 90 degree temperatures, waiting in a line to get a jar of hair grease. That's a problem for me. I had a real issue with that. Now, the last thing is that my daughter is a small business person. She started her business about 3 years ago. At first, I was a little skeptical about her doing it. And because I'm like, I paid for you to go to college. I paid for you to go to grad school. And you're not doing anything with this degree that I got, or at least the 2 degrees that you have. But now she's doing this thing, and she went from being, brick and mortar, from having people in line to going online. So she flexed the muscle and says, okay, I got to reinvent myself because of what has happened with COVID. Same thing with my wife. My wife's an author. She's got 13 books out. She was able to negotiate the copy of the IPs back for her books. And she owns all her original manuscripts. So now what we're doing is shopping those markets to see what we can do and get those products into film. And so this is what we have to be able to do. We have to seize those things that we've already created through our own intellect and re-seize it and then take it back and present it to everybody else. Because I think representation is important. And in order to present the best ideas for us as a people, is those of us who are telling the people about these stories are the people who have already lived these stories. Back to you, Dennis.
All right, my man, my homeboy, my fullback, football buddy. Man, we came a long way, and I'm so proud of what you're talking about, and you're totally right. We come from coming up in gangland to still being here. We ain't supposed to be here by quote unquote society.
By society, yeah. We're not supposed to be here, Dennis, which is a strange dynamic in itself. But I think we saw beyond what was in front of us, and we saw what was before us that was going to come. And we went after it, we seized it, we saw it, we seized it, and we got it. And that's what we've done. I worked for 30 years. I retired at a young age. I'm retired now. And so now I'm just looking for other opportunities to just reinvest in my own community, because in creating generational wealth, we have to be able to say, I want to be able to nurture somebody. If I can't do it myself, then I want to nurture somebody who can actually go out there and do this thing. So I got my daughter, and then my wife is now going back out there doing this with her books. We're just doing it. So if anybody want to just reach out to us at any time, just feel free. I mean, I'm sure people out there in this market that wants to do these things. So when we talk about people who need help and want to tell our story, my wife's an author. She writes. That's where our history is really lost. We don't write our stories. We tell our stories, but we don't write them. Back to you, Dennis.
That is so true. You put it down, brother. I'm one of them brothers that didn't like to write things because of the military. You know, if I caught someone's on you, you get captured. So I'm going through that right now. My transition to write a book at least by next year. So I have to go ahead and put that on my to-do list. My live list is what I'm. So I'll probably be calling you and your wife, getting some pointers from you guys as well. So thank you very much, Mark.
Well, we're here, man, brother, and I'm here with everybody. So everybody, you guys are doing great work out here. Y'all continually do that. And don't forget, the struggle is real, but I read the end of the book and they say we already won.
All right. Thank you very much, Mark. I mean, Denise, I see your hand was up, or did you clap? I don't know which one that was.
Yeah, my hand was up. I'm sorry, real quick. Mark Stubblefield, thank you for sharing. Is there a way for us to get in touch with you? And the reason I'm asking, your wife is an author. My mother is as well, and we're trying to finish her second book of a trilogy. So any assistance or any help we could get would be greatly appreciated. So I don't know. Is there a way
absolutely, sister. All you have to do is look me up on Facebook, message me, and we'll give you all the personal information that you need.
Okay.
Mark,
I appreciate it.
You see our name on the screen, Mark, and that's my wife's name, Barbara. And
yes, sir.
Out there on Facebook, and that'll get you started. And just message us, direct message us, friend us, and then we'll friend you back. And even on LinkedIn, we're on LinkedIn. We're out there on LinkedIn. So I mean, that's where you can find us.
I'm loving it. You know, it's just not.
Thank you so much.
The reason
Amen.
I did this is for us to come together and use our different talents. You know, it's just not about me. It's about us. I always say you, me, and we can change and transform the world. And just by us connecting and being able to connect with one another, people don't know each other, but we are willing to help each other go to the next level. And that's what's lost a lot of time in us, because we've been divided and conquered, and I ain't trusting you, I don't like you. But here, we're all one family. All of you are my brothers and sisters. It makes no difference to me, and I want to see all of us win, just like you want to see it. We can get to the next level by doing this. This is what these forums are for, to bring awareness to what's going on in the world, because some of us don't know. And this is like Kwame Ture said, is to make the unconscious conscious again. And not only that, by having the facts that are in front of you to be able to go ahead to the next level. So thank you guys very much. And as I said before, they were talking about the Koch brothers or Koch brothers or whatever, the ones who are the white supremacists, and also gave $25 million to the Trayvon Martin to go against that. And we're buying Angel soft tissue paper. We're still the paper towels and all these things that they have, not understanding that we're providing them with another arm to suppress us while they're going into the education system. They're not going to give us anything. We have to be able to build our own independent schools. It may sound crazy right now to you. You know, I thought it was, my dad was crazy when he was with IBM, these big computers was big as a house. He said, hey, pretty soon they're going to have everybody in the world is going to have a computer in their home. And now we got 4 or 5 of them, including the cell phone. So, you know, what I'm saying is we have to be proactive than reactive. And there's no one that's going to do this besides us. We're the only ones. And we got to, you know, I understand everybody's talking all lives matter and everybody, you know, whatever, you know, we got the gauge, we got all these things going on. But the first thing is we're Black people. You know, we are Black people. You know, I got people telling me we're not Black, we're Aboriginal. I don't care. When they pull you over, they ain't gonna say you're Aboriginal. They ain't gonna say you gay. Even if you gay, they're gonna say you're Black. I don't care if you are part Asian, part whatever, you're still Black to them and you're going to be treated accordingly. And now we have to get that respect. We have to take that respect. And that's by the only way they understand is to hit them in the pocketbook. They only know by the money. That's all they know is money. You know, they can do all these things as we've seen. They come into our churches, they shoot us, and we pray for all that other stuff. We march. We've done all that. What we have not done is become business oriented and spending our money together. $2 trillion a year. What if we put that into our own stuff instead of giving to Cavassier, Tommy Hilfiger, Louis Vuitton, who don't like us? I mean, they say it over and over again, yet and still, I don't know what's going on up here, but we still patronize their businesses. So I'm gonna open up. Anybody else want to say anything before we get out of here? I know we've been going a long time and I appreciate it. Anyone else want to say anything before we go?
Yes, I apologize. Brother Mark, what city are you in? I see several different Marks.
I am Mark Stubblefield, and I am from the proud South Side of Chicago. And I say that with pride because Dennis knows that what we've been through, we wasn't supposed to make it out of. So yeah, we here to tell it. So y'all see us talking, we walk and talking, and we dodge bullets and everything else. So we here to tell it.
That's right.
And I mean, on two fronts, Dennis. Even for our country, we dodge bullets too. So
exactly.
Let's
we're
not
in the
forget
country,
that too.
And we started in Chicago.
Right. So that we knew how to fight. We knew. So, but Denise, yeah, I'm in Chicago.
Did you get that, Denise? Chicago?
Yes, sir. I got it. I think I see him. So I'm good. I appreciate it. Thank you.
No problem. Thank you for joining, Denise. We really appreciate it. And thank you. Whoever invited you again, tell them thank you. It said Mimi, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, all right. I know she was on for a minute. So thank you guys very much. Next week, it'll be the same time. I have to pick out which one I'm gonna show next week, but you'll get something this week and see. But come back next week. It'll be 1 p.m. Pacific time, 3 p.m. Central time, and 4 p.m. Eastern. Come back again. Get some more knowledge. Get some more food in your head to be able to go out and deal with the situation. Now, as I say, always be positive. Stay positive. Stay happy. Get your joy inside. Don't let nobody steal your joy. Stay positive. Do positive things. Get your meditation in. Think about stuff. Spiritually, we are very spiritual people. We are more godly than anyone else out here. Go ahead and whatever you have to do to get over that hump. Don't let misery bring you down. Misery loves company, but we have surpassed that. We are so far ahead of that, we won't even allow it. That doesn't even exist to us. We're gonna go, we deal with things, we go past it, around it, deal through it, like Bruce Lee said, the art of fighting without fighting. We have to do things a different way, but we can always be positive and be inspirational and pick somebody up that needs that help. Be kind to someone, smile at them. I know we don't hug that much anymore, but hey, if you wanna do that, you can, but do something positive, constructive, knowledgeable, and lift each one up, each one teach one, and we'll get to where we need to go. And again, join me next week. I wish I had what I'm gonna put up here. I might be 7 a.m., but I'm not sure. But we will have something again that's gonna broaden your horizon, open your mind, so we can go out and take on whatever the combatant of the world is, the pandemic, and keep your health up, stay healthy. And we have some things, as Sister Shuna said, moringa, you can do that on oars. And just go ahead and take care of yourself, health, wealth, and knowledge of yourself. You can't do anything if you're not healthy. So keep your health together and get your money right and know who we are, which we're right here. I think, who was that talking about the Meta Nature? Nadra and Shuna will be doing that as well. To go back to the beginning, when I went to Kemet and read the hieroglyphics, they always say the writing's on the wall, everything else has been translated. So know where it comes from, study that, understand it, and one love to you all. Thank you very much, and I'll see you again next week. Bye-bye.
Bye. Thank you, Dennis.
Bye-bye. Thank you.